Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to Miss Parker, Miss Parker. Please don't forget to hit the like button as you come in. Turn on your notification bells so you won't miss a live. America. Praying for those families starting Saturday. Praying for all families. It doesn't matter the race, the colors, because I want you guys to hear a few news clips. I hope everybody's doing okay, you know what I'm saying? Today it was bittersweet for me. I went and got chicken's balloons. So to show her how much I love her. So I went and got my mommy's balloons for her birthday today. And tomorrow I will be celebrating her death day. But to each his own today. Let me do my shout out. Tootie, what's going on, Tootie Scott, Krisha, Regina, what's going on, sis? Leo the Lion, hey, love. Venetia, Jesse, Capricorn with that good old copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, research, and educational purposes. Alicia, Miss Loki, Samad, sis. Let me see. I won't miss nobody. TC, what up, bruh? Yeah, Regina. Hey, Erica. Hey, April. Hey, Unavailable. Hey, Cynthia. When you don't think that America could get crazier, nothing's going to happen. I want to show you guys some stuff that's going to, I don't know. I forgot what I was going to do that quick. I'll do this copyright disclaimer. And I got my next to the oldest daughter. She's gonna come up for a second. I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. I gotta excuse me today. I went and got the balloons, and I've been thrown off since. I've been thrown off since I woke up. Okay, pin the copyright. Y'all, my brain. Blame it on the head, not my heart. Can I get another copyright disclaimer, y'all, in the chat real quick? I might have skipped it. Hey, Phoenix. What's going on, sister? Hey, Ed. Oh, that's Erica. Hey, Kenyatta. What's going on? Davita, what's going on? Cap, drop another disclaimer. How did you, sis? So I can thank you, Cap. Let me pin it. Let me tell her to come on up. Too. All right, so right now, thank you, Erica. Right now, America's in a crisis. America's in one of the biggest crises. Hey, Tracy, one of the biggest crises that we've ever seen, ever witnessed. Everybody pray. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Only by his grace, how you doing? Yeah, my fourth oldest. My fourth oldest child. Hey, Shacy. And I do have a goal, you guys. If you guys don't mind helping me reach my goal of 10, it starts at 99 cents. It could be 99 cents. Hey, Yadi Yadi Mabuki. Make sure I can get them from her. We are in one of the biggest crises. Kids are about to suffer. I think they was looking more on the adult side of things, but never the children that are about to suffer. I want you guys to hear what the Republican side had to say.
A lot of them that in some of these inner cities that's going to need SNAP to survive, and they're getting a lot of calls, and the pressure is going to be put on them. A lot of people need to go back to work. A lot of young men that are on SNAP that should be working. Democrats are getting a little bit tight right now. It's their constituents. A lot of them that in some of these inner cities that's going to need SNAP to survive, and they're getting a lot of calls, and the pressure is going to be put on them. A lot of people need to go back to work. A lot of young men that are on SNAP that should be working.
He said a lot of young men on Snap that should be working. Thank you, Goddess Love You too. Hey, SPHJ. A lot of men. What about the kids? Hey, Shelly. What happened to us talking about the kids? Hey, Gigi. So the kids don't matter. We're only looking at young men that are on Snap when it's more kids than young men on Snap. I want you guys to hear a few of these clips from the Democrat side and what's happening. This is in California.
At a time the federal government is closed and Donald Trump has literally destroyed the east wing of our White House to put his ballroom up.
He has took the Democratic side to put the ballroom up. Y'all know that the Democrats go on one side of the White House, the Republicans delegate on another side of the White House. So he totally is putting the ballroom on the side where the Democrats delegate. Are y'all seeing what's happening? Thank you, Shay C. Hey, K-Shir. Why are you pushing the Democrats out? Guess what? That's because this was designed in the Project 2025. So we got millions of dollars to put in a ballroom, but we have nothing, absolutely nothing to give to these children. During the holidays, and not just the holidays, I'm not just thinking of the holidays. I'm thinking purely of it's wintertime, y'all. This is dead smack of winter. We don't know who's going to get an ice storm, because the almanac predicted bad snow all over. So we don't know who's going to get what. It's already cold outside. But go ahead.
At a time the federal government is closed, Donald Trump has
literally
destroyed the east wing of our White House to put his ballroom up for $250 million. We are now days away from eliminating food to 5.5 million Californians around Thanksgiving, at a time when food prices have never been higher because of Donald Trump's policies. Have you had a cup of coffee? Have you bought a pound of beef? At the same time, he found $20 billion to send to it. Fill in the blank. Maybe he's a dictator. Some have referred to him as that. In Argentina, he's cutting food to people around Thanksgiving. You've seen the lines of people already around the food banks. So we are fast-tracking an $80 million investment. We're front-loading it to get into food banks. And we're using the framework that we established during COVID to build out our capacity to deliver quickly food to those in need around Thanksgiving by using Cal Volunteers and the National Guard, which is exactly what we did to distribute 800 million meals during COVID.
So California is not getting them. I called my daughter to make sure she was good, to see what I needed to do for her and my granddaughter. She's ready to deliver any day. Alicia was on the phone with us just a minute ago, and she is contracting as we speak. Hold on, y'all. She says she's trying to come up. Hold on, let me call her and tell her I'll drop the link in the chat.
Hello?
I'm about to send you the link and just come in the chat. I'm about to send it to you.
Oh, it's let me log in there.
Okay. Bye.
Okay.
Just to let y'all hear, here she go. My baby. Hi, baby. Can you hear me? Hit the mute button. You on mute, Timmy.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, y'all. This is my baby girl that's up in California right now. She's contracting my second grandson. I'm excited, but not so excited because everything that's happening. Timmy, what are they telling y'all up there in California and stuff about EBT, SNAP, and things like that?
So far in California, the only benefits that they are giving is the cash assistance for a family with children, and then the SNAP benefits are being stopped until further notice.
Okay. I just played where the governor, I think it's the governor or the mayor of the governor of California said that they're trying to work a COVID like how they did for COVID and distribute meals to people. He said that the food banks are wrapped around the corner and things like that. So yes, even where
Yeah,
to
and
where
then
they're messing with. Go ahead, daughter.
the food banks are first come, first served as well.
So first come, first serve. So if you're in the California area, okay, that's fine, Yolanda. Thank you, SPHJ. I went grocery store yesterday. I'm hunkering down. I'm sheltering in place. Wonderful about you and the grandbaby. Thank you. Kids can't function without food. No, in California, none for next month in December. They're working on the cash. Yeah, they're working on the cash. And also they're trying to do a short-term disability, mess with short-term disability, correct, daughter?
Yeah, so with the short term disability in California, if you receive short term disability through your job or you pay out of pocket for short term disability, California's EDD program trumps your short term disability, meaning that California has to pay you short term disability before you can get the benefits from your job. So with me, if I qualify for 70% of my short term disability through who I paid for out of my check, California's unemployment trumps it. So I won't be able to get my 70% through my job. I would have to go through California.
Um, well, I got y'all, but everybody ain't got somebody. Y'all get what I'm saying? Thank you, Samai. Hey, Pookie Poo. Thank you, Shay. Everybody ain't got somebody that can have their back and that got them. Um, I'm having a meeting at 6, you guys. It's time to get serious, and I'm having a meeting at 6. Because we got to have the funding go a certain way through the foundation. Um, that way, you guys can get tax write offs and stuff like that. And we're working on some other stuff because we want to make sure we can feed some people. It is, Anita. It's really sad. And stuff. We also talked about the case that you brought to me, which I talked about yesterday. And shout out to Pastor Wayne. Pastor Wayne did text me on my phone today. He's gonna call me later. So prayers to his family for everything. How did you feel once you heard about that story of the autistic child? Because the baby in the picture, you guys on her avatar is my granddaughter. She is autistic as well, very much autistic, nonverbal autistic. How'd you feel about it, Timmy, once you heard it?
When I read on the story, it made me tear up. It scared me because I'm like, with me being in a bigger state, I know there is more teachers and more predators in California because there has been multiple stories going around about the teachers and stuff messing with kids up here. So I'm just like, now my baby's not safe anywhere, not even in the school, especially with her not being able to verbalize what's going on with her. To feel where the mama came from. I most definitely could feel where the mama came from when she was like, it was a surprise to her because when you have a nonverbal child, your child cannot tell you what a regular child would tell you. Oh, they touched me or they did this to me. It's scary not knowing that your child cannot even tell you, oh, I'm sad or I'm mad because the teacher did this. You know, the teachers is somebody that your child's supposed to trust. And when autistic kids, when they feel like they could trust you, they are clingy to you. So for that little boy to even feel comfortable to go to their principal's house is scary. Cause no telling how long they've been doing it to him.
Mhm. Mhm. Mm. Mm. And I shout out to the mothers that said they got the air tags on the kids because we talked about that today before I started my live. I was like, you have to invest because Armani is very much so nonverbal. She does use certain words, but not the full sentences, like my daughter said, of saying, "Hey, I was touched inappropriately. Somebody touched me here," and I hate that for my grandkids. Because my kids, all my kids are grown now, but now I got grandkids. I'm starting fresh, to me, and I'm scared, for them going to school, and she does go to school, and so it just hits a little different. Timmy, while you up here, let me show you mommy's balloons I got, girl. I'm gonna go out there and let them off when I get done with my live, girl. Girl, I got all of these. It's a lot of them. I think I said it's your day, and then the one I got that's real cute for mom. It said with love on your birthday and stuff. So I'm gonna go let them off. Did you already get some balloons?
Now I haven't been able to stop at the store yet, but I will.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, I'm glad you shared with me how you felt. You know what I'm saying? That we keep that line of communication open and stuff. I'm glad that I do some of these stories because my girls be into them. They be into them, or they'll call me Miazni, my youngest one. She was like, "Mama, have you heard about Relisha Rudd?" And she wanted me on that Aisha degree story. She was bothered by that story, and they called me. She said not just AirTags, but they actually have a tracking device that are listening devices. You can communicate with the child and anyone else in the room. So Gigi said they have AirTags and listening devices, Timmy.
I need to figure out where they sell those at.
Yeah, Gigi, are you aware where they sell those? Hey Queen of Shade, what's going on, sister? Hey Sherry Clark, I see you, sis. Um, and Shelly Dargan, I seen you. Man, I just told my niece to get those mini cameras and hide them in the kids' house somewhere. This world is crazy. But they praying for that, paying for that. They check. Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all you're right with a client now, and it reminds me how grateful I am. Yeah, I'm ready to play a couple of more clips. You wanna sit up here with me, daughter, or you got some stuff to do?
I can sit up here.
How you feeling right now? What like is you hurting real bad or and how's your diabetes doing?
Last night, I literally cried.
Because of the
My
contractions, or
yeah,
was it
my
for diabetes?
contractions was hurting so bad. Marquez had to help me out the shower. Um, my diabetes is since I'm at my last few weeks of pregnancy, the placenta is making me have more sugar in my body than what I'm supposed to. So
Mhm.
that's why I'm being monitored every week. And then I have to be monitored as soon as I have him because they want to make sure his sugar doesn't drop and they want to make sure mine doesn't drop from where the placenta's going to come out. But other than that, he's been making me eat outrageously. So I know he done dropped because at first my stomach was super full, super tight, but he done dropped so much that now he's like, I want food. And he's turned me up today, so it's gonna be real soon that he's gonna be here.
I thought you would have them today on Mama's birthday, but I get it, little boy. You know what I'm saying? Them little boys are different. It's great, make me cry, y'all. I'm trying to hold my tears back because she's so far and she's so far away, and whew, mm, mm. But he's gonna be healthy, y'all, and mm. She said look it up online. It'll pop right up. They actually had commercials and everything about it. I know, Juju. So the California governor has spoke out, said what Donald Trump is doing is hurting millions. Hey, Mary Hubbard. I know, Mary. She said the device is actually designed for autistic children and nonverbal children. Timmy. Hey, Anita. It said right here. News reporting reveals that Trump administration cut 500 million in deliveries to food banks across the country. Food banks were expecting more than 27 million pounds of chicken, 2 million gallons of milk, and 10 million pounds of dried fruit, and 67 million eggs that never arrived and went to waste instead. Thank you, Sonia. Hey, African Queen. So, Donald Trump, instead of sending this food, they have let it sit in trucks and rot, and now the food has went to waste instead of getting to these food banks and things.
Donald Trump has spent more time talking to Hamas and the Chinese Communist Party than he has in talking to Democrats on Capitol Hill to end the Trump shutdown, reopen the government, find a bipartisan path toward a spending agreement that actually meets the needs of the American people, and address the healthcare crisis that Republicans have created. That's an unacceptable thing to the overwhelming majority of Americans, that this American president, in the middle of a shutdown that he's created while refusing to address the Republican healthcare crisis, and find the time to talk to Hamas and the Chinese Communist Party, but can't talk to people who represent half the country, including many Republicans in our districts who are being hurt by Republican policies.
So the president is talking to China and Hamas, but he won't talk to the Democrats at all. We have millions of children around the world about to go starving, and he won't talk to those people at all. I just want you guys to hear from a lot of these people today.
There are years worth of funding available for the SNAP program, our tax dollars that we have already paid to the federal government to facilitate this program.
That's our money. When we wake up and go to work, that's our tax dollars. So how do you take our tax dollars that millions of Americans go to work and probably work right now, wake up and put into these programs, and you just take it and say there's no funding when it absolutely is funding out there?
There are years worth of funding available for the SNAP program, our tax dollars that we have already paid to the federal government to facilitate this program, and the Trump administration deleted this language from the website this morning. They are hiding the fact that not only is there more than enough funding to pay these benefits that we have already paid our tax dollars into, but that there was contingency language to ensure that even in the event of a government shutdown, that SNAP would go uninterrupted. The Trump administration and the Republicans supporting him are using food as a political weapon. This is a choice. They chose to delete this language. They are choosing to force children to go hungry. We will not stand for that choice, and I encourage a yes vote. There are years worth of...
Y'all don't agree? Y'all don't agree? That where's the tax dollars then that y'all take from us? Where's that money? Let me play this clip for y'all too. I want you guys to hear the different things that's being said.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 28 of the Democrat shutdown.
We're almost a month into this, and we wanted to highlight a couple of things and a few members this morning. There are some very important developments. But before we get to all that, second round.
The White House was able to find funding for the military, for wind, for farmers. Should the White House now be able to find some funding for the SNAP program?
Yes, Carmen.
They certainly tried. I mean, one of the reasons that this shutdown has not yet been as painful as it might otherwise have been is because the president is bent over backwards, the administration. Think of it this way. The White House, the executive branch in a shutdown, has a large control panel full of dials. Under the Obama administration, they turned those dials, the pain dials, to 10 immediately. You remember it was so egregious to us. Speaking of our veterans, I mean, they put yellow crime tape around the World War II memorial so that people who'd served their country could not go visit the memorial. They wanted it to hurt. The Democrats, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Democrats, have shown, and they've said in their own words, this is leverage. It gets better for them every day. They don't mind inflicting pain on the American people if they can somehow get some sort of political points out of it. The Republican Party is the opposite. And President Trump has proven that every day of this shutdown, he has tried to move funds around to find unobligated funds to cover the bases, to get the troops paid in the middle of October, and to make sure that WIC funding is not resolved. You know how he's getting women, infants, and children funding done? They did some very creative legal research I quite admired. They found a statute in the 1930s that they could use to say that some of the tariff revenue could be used to cover nutrition because so much of that was transported over the border. So they've done some creative, amazing things to mitigate, to lessen the pain as much as possible. We've been out all over the country, all these Republicans. I mean, Craig Goldman flew in here to do this press conference with us, but he's been in Texas serving his constituents. Stephanie Bice been in Oklahoma. Harriet Hageman's been out, have shown, and they've said in their own work. West, you got Burgess Owens out in Utah. They've been serving their constituents, and August Fluger, but they came in to help us articulate what's going on. All that effort has mitigated the pain, but we're running out of the resources. We want to fund SNAP, but they did the legal research and they could not find a 1930s era statute to bootstrap that one. The contingency fund was approved by Congress. And when the Democrats voted against the CR, they voted against the ability of us to use that money. And so 42 million people are going to suffer because they're playing political games. There's nothing, the White House has run out of it. They have all the pain dials turned back to just a 0 or a 1 as best they can. But when you're out of resources. Yes.
You've said that there are legislative solutions. Obviously, you said the administration should tackle the contingency fund. But come the weekend, if SNAP does run out, tens of millions of Americans will go hungry. Are you getting a sense from your Democratic colleagues that the pain of that...
Tens of millions, y'all. Tens of millions. Keep the number.
My Democratic colleagues are united in the fact that Trump and the administration can do this, not this weekend, tomorrow, today, right away. Every Democrat is a sponsor of Lujan's bill, and that's how we feel. Yes.
Yes, Erica.
Yeah,
Candy, they're not getting.
It is not, wait a minute, excuse me. It is not a dispute. It is fact they can use it, and the Republicans say it.
Okay, but there's, only 5 or 6 billion, and it's not cost $8 billion monthly just to administer. I mean, if anything, it would only last.
It does not cost 5 or 6 billion to administer. There's enough money to start feeding people right away. 6, yes.
You've said that there are legislative solutions.
Billions, a lot of money, and they're using it for other things. 20 billion for Argentina, hundreds of millions for Kristi Noem's plant.
How y'all sending $20 million to another country when the country that you're president over is about to fucking starve? How do we do that? How is this okay? That he just sent $20 million to Argentina, y'all. Hear me out. $20 million has went to Argentina. A whole nother country. When we great watch kids die. We are great to watch people unalive. Children. Themselves. Murray Hubbard, who wants to just go in the grocery store and get a couple of cans of vegetables. Standing in the line innocent. And somebody might walk in that store and take these innocent people's lives because they're hungry. Somebody's going to take a life. These mothers are ready to lose control. They have stipulations at the food banks. I cannot get mad at them for that. The food banks in California are wrapped around the building. How long do y'all think the food is going to stay fresh? Do y'all know how long it takes them to even distribute food to the food banks? Is why sometimes you've ever went, if you've had to go, such as myself, and potatoes be rotten. Produce, fresh produce be rotten. It's in the Bible. All nations will take over. The greatest nation, Trump, is the one that will set it in motion. While the America that he's running is in a crisis, he's talking about telling Pentagon to do this nuclear war shit. He's talking to China and Hamas when he won't sit down with the Democrats because it's a damn if you don't, damn if you do situation. Whether he gives the SNAP benefits back, he's going to take medical card. Millions are going to die. Babies are going to die. I have a grandson on the way. My daughter has diabetes. I don't want to lose my children. Nobody wants to lose their kids and their grandkids or just a loved one. Because this is where we at. Contaminated beef. Right, Shelly? Regina said, I said, I'll take noodles. You can't go in the store. Either you're going to pay your rent, get your necessities, diapers, wipes, formula, or they got to get groceries. How will they pay their bills? How will they pay their rent? How will they pay their electric to stay warm for the winter? It's not just food, y'all. She said, and we have to remember WIC is also not getting funded, meaning infants will lose their milk. She said they rob an Instacart man at gunpoint, snatching group. She's out of people's car while they're loading them into the... Well, I said that. Yes, Cynthia, I said that. For those that are Instacarting, please be careful. Let them have it. Don't get unalived over groceries. Let them have it. Be mindful carrying purses and so much more into these stores, y'all. It says we are world in. Is it that we didn't believe the Bible? Is it that we were so programmed that we never thought that we'd see this coming? Because the Bible speaks about this. It's talked about poverty and kids, millions of kids dying of starvation. Because this is no longer, I'm doing better than y'all, I go to work. Because it's got to be compassion. Because right now through this whole ordeal with Trump, there's no compassion. Do we take ours away? Do we stop for a minute and say, fuck what we got going on and take that away? She said they wouldn't allow President Obama to do this, but they're allowing this man to destroy the country. Yeah, Corey. She said no more beef, don't know what they're going to do to it. She said bullets don't have eyes, and if these people do, he know how people act when they can't feed their children. He's about to find out. Millions are gray die, innocent people. People that ain't even on SNAP benefits. People that's just going to wake up and do their job as a cashier might lose their lives. Because somebody's going to get robbed. Because they can't feed their children.
Oh, if it only lasts 2-3 weeks, do the crabs fold then?
The bottom bottom line is they can fund it just as in 2019, just as in other shutdowns for a long period of time.
And they also, the contingency fund, which is $6 billion, which gets you nearly a month, 3 weeks, runs out. Then they can pass Senator Lujan or Senator Hawley's bill, both of which we support. We know that there'll be 60 votes for that. Why aren't they calling it up? They're not calling it up because the House isn't here to pass it. That's the way it works. The House would have to come here. They probably would have to vote on the Epstein files, but they're choosing to let kids go hungry instead of having to vote on the Epstein files. There's no doubt about it. They have been out for 6 weeks on vacation.
Just think, if they have all this billions, a lot of money.
The Republicans run the House. They haven't been there for 6 weeks. And they're getting paid. 6 weeks. The Democrats are there, but not one Republican is there.
Tina, and all this money for other things, they have enough money to keep funding SNAP. And they know it. And I just want to say what Lujan said. Johnson just lies. He lied about on immigration, on the undocumented. He's lying about this. He just outright lies. Plain and simple. It is not illegal, and his own president has done it.
Right, Kenyatta.
Yes.
Hey, Positive Vibes sis. Yeah, Tammy C. It's great, get ugly.
Yeah, there are occasional talks between Democrats and Republicans on this issue, but our Republican colleagues don't seem to be offering anything different than what their leadership has had so far. We hope that will change. Yes.
Understand what you're saying about Republicans not just here for SNAP. Are you saying Democrats have no responsibility for the fact that
we are saving money for Argentina and we are saying the Republicans can fund it now, and they're using these people as hostages. Plain and simple. Next. That's the answer. The answer is they can fund it right now. Okay? Right now.
Right, Latasha.
And by the way, we don't want to pit healthcare and food. They do. We think you can have both. Yes.
On SNAP and on the ACA, Leader Spoon said yesterday he had just spoken to President Trump and that the president would be willing to sit down with you next week to talk about ACA subsidies. Is that an acceptable offer for you? If the government opens, by the way, is that an acceptable offer for you?
We've always said, they always say, do it later. Do it later.
Hey, Pee Wee.
Later, to quote Martin Luther King Jr. in his letter from the Birmingham jail, means never. They have had since March to do this. They voted 3 times against it. So this idea, do it later, been there, done that. We have to do it now. The window opens. Thank you, everybody. In the we are sitting.
I just want y'all to hear from a lot of different people today, to hear how bad, because us talking about it, hell, we ain't there with them. To hear how bad things are really about to be for us. And this is what Donald Trump, let me find it. This is what one family had to say they were going to do.
Dead homies, if I ain't got my stamps by November 3rd, I'm rolling up the big W cart full of food and I'm out the door. Got nothing left here. Kids wild, fridge empty. My man got my back teeth or no teeth. They dead.
She said back teeth, no teeth. She getting her buggy and she's going up to Walmart and she's filling that bitch up. And she said she's walking out of there. Now, how many of y'all think them will have weapons and thinking just like her? Let me let y'all hear from the orange man of what he said about the programs.
Yeah, please. Do you feel any urgency to end the shutdown in the next week, 2 weeks, or would you be fine if this stretches into November and then toward the holidays with folks not getting paid?
Well, shutdown, we've had many, many shutdowns. And this is a shutdown that shouldn't have happened. A group of people brilliantly decided to make it after the election. I said, thank you very much. In other words, give it to Trump instead of Biden. So it shouldn't happen. And likewise, debt ceiling shouldn't have. But
let me stop it right there before we really listen to this again, because I need y'all to listen to what he said. This ain't about Biden, Trump. You got to let that shit go. Once you get in a seat of presidency, fuck who didn't do what. Every time you look up, he's talking about Kamala, Obama, or Biden. Obama been gone. Obama been gone. Why do you keep bringing him up? It was somebody after him, sir. You, for one. Him, for one. Hey, Dre, sis. You was after him. So his name shouldn't come up at all. This is not what they're talking about. They said the shutdown. He's talking about, yeah, let's put it on Trump. You're the president. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? They asked you about the shutdown. And it's important to listen to what he said, because we can no longer be stuck on the immigrant shit either. Maybe in California, daughter, because my daughter had a different perspective on California. And I get it. I do. Explain your perspective to me on California.
Okay, so California is very different. In California, I feel like it's overpopulated by illegal immigrants. I feel like it's nothing wrong with people coming over if they actually have emergencies. Like if you really need refugee, like you really are afraid of what's going on in your country, or California is top of the line, overpopulated with illegal immigrants. And the mayor, I feel like he prioritizes them more than he will a regular citizen. In California, it's hard for just a regular person with a social security number to get an apartment. But if you are illegal, they let you use CPN numbers, ITIN numbers, and they don't do a background check. But as soon as I try to go get an apartment, oh, I need your social security number. You got to have a 750 credit score. Oh, you got to have this amount of income. But then California has programs for illegal immigrants through the food stamp office where they could get GR benefits, cash benefits, food stamps, Medicaid, and they don't even have to have documents.
Yeah. And I think we miss out on a lot of that, because where a state isn't overpopulated with immigrants. So we don't think about the states that are. So we have to think about that too, because that's something I did not think about. The California residents and how they feel. Until my daughter told me, she was like, "No, mom." She was like, "I gotta have all of this. I gotta have all of this proper paperwork. So how do I have to go through all of this struggle? And I'm an American citizen, and they can come over here because they're overpopulated with immigrants, and they can get apartments, they can get cars, they can get food stamps, all these checks, and so much more." And they do that all the time. They do have programs. Hey, Steffi Jean. They do have programs specialized in Kentucky for the immigrants. Positive said, "I don't live in Texas, but Texas is full of immigrants too." She said, "But there is no way for them to get those items." Yeah, Chris Green, they have special programs. Do we have a special programs for African Americans? Do they have a program set aside for us? And I'm being honest. When we go in and stuff, do we got to have paperwork when we go and get a car off the lot? They check our income. They make sure that we can pay that car payment, or they'll deny your ass. When a Mexican can take cash and they say you get that car, your keys. We got to have insurance and everything else. Even for apartments. What she said program of poverty is what they're trying to give us. Mm-hmm. They put us out of hotels to give to the immigrants. Yes. They definitely got hotels that are only for immigrants. And it's not a racial thing. It's just what we've always seen happen. So the outcry in certain states are, it's no more, no less, but it is a bigger outcry in certain states. She said only special program they have set up for blacks is jail. Absolutely. She said, Pee Wee said the blacks that built these funky ass country. Yeah. But we have nothing, Pee Wee. We have to go by everything, by the book, not them. Y'all ever seen them in the store and they be having 2 to 3 buggies? We walking around with baskets and but one buggy. And we gotta push everything in that one buggy. And sometimes people be at that damn cash register putting shit back. Not them. She said it's to push African Americans out the way. It says when you call that 800 number, know where to park. They have medical facilities for immigrants here. Venetia said they even have medical facilities. Yep, they're in the store with 2 or 3 buggies, but they're buying to put their in their Mexicans. Absolutely, Murray Hubbard. Absolutely. I've watched it. It starts to look like Skid Row everywhere in Cali because we're overpopulated. But look what Donald Trump said and listen to what he said about the programs.
Yeah, Liz, do you feel any urgency to end the shutdown in the next week, 2 weeks, or would you be fine if this stretches into November and then toward the holidays with folks not getting paid?
Yes,
well, shutdown, we've had many, many shutdowns. And this is a shutdown that shouldn't have happened. A group of people brilliantly decided to make it after the election. I said, thank you very much. In other words, give it to Trump instead of Biden. So it shouldn't happen. And likewise, debt ceiling shouldn't have. But the great, big, beautiful bill solved the debt ceiling problem for us.
Yes, Louis.
Is there a point where you would reach out to...
No. Here's what's happening with the shutdown, though. Honestly, can I put it in plain words?
Listen to him.
And you're a smart guy, so you'll understand. But a lot of people don't. The Democrats are getting killed on the shutdown because we're closing up programs that are Democrat programs that we were opposed to. So we're being able, and they're never going to come back in many cases. So we're being able to do things that we were unable to do before. So we're closing up programs that are Democrat programs that we wanted to close up or that we never wanted to happen. And now we're closing them up. And we're not going to let them come back. The Democrats are getting killed. And we're going to have a list of them on Friday, closing up some of the most egregious, socialist, semi-communist, probably not full communist, we're saving that for New York, but semi-communist programs. And we're closing them up. We're not closing up Republican programs because we think they work. So the Democrats are getting killed, but they're not telling the people about that. I say it, nobody, well, I haven't said it probably as bluntly as I just said it, but so we are closing up Democrat programs that we think that we disagree with, and they're never going to open again. Thank you.
Did y'all hear what he said? He said programs that we've been wanting to shut down for years. We know they've been wanting to take welfare. We know they've been wanting to take the food stamps. We know he wanted Medicare gone. Thank you, Mary Hubbard. I see you, Miss Sharon. Are y'all listening to him? He said, I'm not shutting down Republican programs because Republican programs work. What the fuck is a Republican program? I ain't heard of one yet that's working. Thank you, Miss Sharon. And whoever got that green jacket from Miss Sharon, please say thank you. Thank you, Miss Sharon. What Republican programs is out there? Somebody tell me. I've never heard of them. I'm being honest. But he's telling y'all He's telling us. But we ain't listening. He said, we've been wanting to shut these programs down for years. He said, the Democrats are losing. He ain't giving a fuck about nobody's kids. My kids, your kids, even his own kind's kids, if you're not wealthy. But we ain't listening. People been saying for years, come together. We need to come together. We need to come together. It's going to be a time. We ain't listening. Thank you, Pee Wee. Thank you for becoming a member. It's all about the rich getting richer. Y'all think y'all gonna be out there to go and afford y'all medicines? Blood pressure medicine? Anxiety medicines? Cancer medicines? With no health care? Yep, he been trying to shut down Obama's Affordable Care Act. Yes, Murray. So we're talking about the Democrats. Hell, they're telling y'all it's a damn if we don't, damn if we do. If we feed y'all, y'all not gonna get health care. And the program stops after a while. Yeah, they scared to tell us. Thank you, Yachty. Y'all don't think they scared to tell us that? They don't feel like they lost to Republicans. Some of them people feel like they lost to the people that voted, to the people that matter, to the people that pay taxes in this motherfucking country. Because where the fuck is the tax money going if we ain't got money to feed these people? What y'all taxing us for? He's cutting taxes on billionaires that's wealthy. And he said these programs are never going to be. I just hope y'all heard what he said. He's loving it. Because he know what he's put in place to them Democrats is bullshit. It's like me getting a paper. Kill millions this way, turn the paper this way, or kill 1 million people this way. How are we going to kill the people? I love you, daughter. Love you, baby. Call me, okay? Keep me updated. Which you got to turn your paper both ways. Kill millions of people by cutting off Medicare and Medicaid, or kill millions of people by stopping SNAP benefits right now and stopping. You can keep the benefits going, but in another year or two, there's never going to be a food stamp program, Section 8 or anything. So you got to keep turning your paper to see how you want to kill the people. Let me see how I want to kill the American people. Let's turn it back this way. How do I want to kill millions of people? He's leaving the death of American people in the hands of Democrats, of what we call the Democratic Party up there. So remember, y'all, keep flipping that paper. How y'all going to kill millions of Americans? This is bigger than SNAP benefits. He said, I never spoke so bluntly. Yes, he don't even give a damn about what he's saying now. He don't give a damn about what he's even saying. He never gave a fuck, but he really don't give a fuck. And one thing about Donald Trump that I ain't great keep letting y'all say, that motherfucker already told us who he was. He didn't show us. He said what he was going to do. But all because Biden was slipping and sliding. See, it take a motherfucker to slip and slide. We don't give a motherfucker an opportunity to do a motherfucking thing. We are the most impatient people. Oh, that motherfucking Democrat was sliding. We going Republican next, and look what the fuck happened. I never thought again I lived to see this day I did Bible study. And you know how you be mad when your mama make you do Bible study. But I'm glad she did. Because I never thought I'd live to see this day. I don't know why I didn't. I thought I'd be, and I didn't even want the end of the world, like anything in the Bible to happen while I was living, but I never wanted it for my grandkids either. And y'all know when you pray, you have the craziest prayers. I'll be like, God, please let my grandkids be older and know how to get through the end of times their life be to you. Versus how I lived or how my kids live. That my grandkids be life to you. Their faith is good and they be some good, wholesome people. That's my prayers. But for me to live and see out to this day, I live and see something that's in the Bible. They let this man come in and say no more daylight savings. How the fuck y'all put him in charge of nature? You can't change nature. His power has made him feel like he is God. They're fucking with nature. They're building suns and everything else. We don't know if the damn stars in the sky is stars anymore. We don't know why all of these tornadoes and shit keep hitting. Because he's the same president that had like 8 tornadoes out there in the ocean. Have you ever seen a tornado in the ocean? Go back and look before he ended his presidency. I didn't believe it. Hey, Passion. I didn't believe that men could control weather. I didn't. I thought it was bullshit. Yes, JC. But until I seen them out there in that ocean creating tornadoes, I said, fuck. Fuck. Nobody understood last year during the winter, the West Coast is on fire and the East Coast was under the biggest snowstorms ever. But nobody paid attention to that. Huh. I had to open, y'all. That's why I keep this. I ain't never kept a Bible so close. I ain't never kept a Bible so close. Like, hold on, where do I find that? I had to go in the glossary. Like, wait, because didn't this? See, we don't look at the metaphorical way of the words in the Bible. I think we waiting on, like Shank was saying, me and Shank was talking about it, Jesus coming down on a thing of horses. That's not how this is going. The trumpet, y'all not gonna hear real trumpet. It's metaphorical. The trumpets are sounding in the heavens. God ain't happy with his peoples. Y'all think that evil wants to starve kids? Y'all think anybody godly wants to starve kids? A person that's godly will take the shirt off their back to feed you before they feed themselves. Yes, they will. That man said, we want those programs, and we've been trying to stop them programs for years. And he's in there for another 3 years. Yes. She said it won't be water, but fire next time. Mm-hmm. Just like he said this about domestic violence.
That take place in the home they call crime. You know, they'll do anything they can to find something. If a man has a little fight with the wife, they say this was a crime. See, so now I can't claim 100%. But we are a safe cities that take place in the home they call crime. You know, they'll do anything they can to find something. If a man has a little fight with the wife, they say this was a crime. See, so now I can't claim 100%. But we are safe cities that take place in the home they call crime. You know, they'll do anything they can to find something. If a man has a little fight with the wife,
he's trying to kill domestic violence. Do y'all see where domestic violence is going? It ain't no more punching me in my mouth, black in my eye. Making me see stars, you hit me so hard. Making me go get stitches. It's killing. It's unaliving. It's unaliving. I want to show y'all this. Because we so worried about just the food stamps. We got ISIS. We got people screaming. This is the screams and the cries of ISIS just jumping out on any and everybody. No longer the immigrants. It's who on shrooms, spread butter? Is you on shrooms? Who said they want to be on food stamps? It's kids out there great to starve, spread butter. Y'all can't make people live how y'all living. That be our problem. Wanting to be judgmental because you ain't on food stamps and you ain't struggling. Don't mean there's somebody out there that just can't get on their feet right now that need that. You're not keeping it real. You looking at it from your logic. Now don't get in here judging people about being on food stamps, Section 8 or nothing. Because we all, not everybody, but most of us came from a struggle. And I don't like that. Now I don't like that. How about we want to be enslaved by the government? Everybody didn't ask to be put in those positions. For most of us, it's a generational curse. Ain't no enough. Are you going to go feed the people? Or are you going to look at the people that's starving and say, ain't nobody tell y'all to go be on food stamps? Ain't nobody told y'all to be programmed by the government? Because you probably wasn't living when your great-great-great-great-granny was living, was a slave in Samoa. Humble yourself. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. This ain't the time, and this is black folks' motherfucking problem. These kids is probably be starving. People in our communities is about to fucking starve. And you over here, well, because y'all want to be a part of the government, just stop because y'all like food stamps. Hell, I think the motherfuckers that work should get the food stamps other than the motherfuckers that don't. But can we get them? No. So don't go judging. Because you might got it. But your ass better be out there in the line and have a sign up. This is spread butter. I'm giving back to these communities. I want to see you give back to your community since you got it like that. And you ain't have to never depend on a food stamp. I don't want to talk. I'm being honest. It's what you down there saying. Let me go back. A second. Let me go back to one of your comments about the food stamps and quoting Bible scriptures at the same time. You want to be on food stamps? Lord God, you slave to the government. Don't complain about their rules. I wouldn't want that. Some households, we didn't educate on the government, even up to today. But that's why we here today. And a lot of content creators or people on TikTok and people on Instagram, I'm glad they're posting these so we can educate. We can drop resources to those that's in trouble. Donate something. Stop my motherfucking shopping and give something back that I needed before. Whether I was on drugs or whatever, I needed it for my kids. And they helped. I utilized these programs. So don't come in here motherfucking judging. And I say what the fuck I want when it comes to judging people. Because that's real nasty work about now. Right about now, that's some nasty ass shit. A nasty ass attitude to have. I don't give a fuck if it was my enemy. I'd help them in a crisis like this. Man, say. Nobody said they want to be on food stamps. She cool. It's time to help. We didn't ask nobody to lay on their back and have 5, 6 kids either, but at the same time, I ain't here to judge them for what they chose to go on, but I'll be here to help them. If I can, I'm going to help them. That's why we had never come together as a community. You got to have people like this. I ain't giving back. I ain't asking. I ain't want to be on food stamps. It's crazy. So stop moving the goalposts. Latasha, come on. You can win, Latasha, with degrees and everything and get turned down from a motherfucking job with somebody who have less credentials. I've watched it. I've watched people have credentials and man, a motherfucker that don't know what they doing have no credentials and get the job. Like, what the fuck? We have to stop that. This ain't the time to be judging. When these people can't pay their rent, kids be outside cold. What we gonna look at the kids freeze and starve and say, ain't nobody tell your mama get on food stamps, or your ass gonna help? But I see from your comments, your ass ain't gonna help. This ain't the time for your shit. You go over there with the Republicans. Go right on over there with the people that don't give a fuck. Cause I give a fuck. I'm sorry. I give a fuck when I got a daughter that got damn near died a few months ago with her diabetes. Fuck she talking about? You know how much insulin and shit is without anything? No help? How many people's out there with diabetes? How many people will lose? Cancer and other shit, lupus, all kind of diseases, blood pressure, heart problems. Mm. Come on, you never know what's gonna happen, Yadi. You could be on top of the world. Them billionaires out there can be on top of the world today and lose every motherfucking thing they got tomorrow. Y'all heard me? You can have it all today. She said sickle cell. Come on, Levy. People need their medicines and shit. People taking care of their mothers and fathers and shit gotta help them with their medicines and shit. And keep their head above water. Mm. We ain't gonna make it. We ain't gonna make it. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Cause I bet y'all it's more of the spread butters out there than it is motherfuckers that want to help. I bet y'all there's more spread butters in us, in our kind, our kind, our kind, our kind. Cause guess what? Them white folks gonna come together, even get their poor. You got more white churches that have food banks than Negroes in my community. I know that for a fact. And when you go to a white person cupboard, you know what they do? They start throwing shit in your box. But them nigga churches, stupid. Godly, but stupid folk. Supposed to be so godly. can of beans and corn you put in your fucking box. And count them. You got too many tomatoes and potato soup. Let me get that out of her. Versus her tag say she's feeding a family of 6. And y'all got all her social security cards and everything to prove she is. So I hope to God that God keep you better than everybody else. I hope, and I honestly mean it, I hope God keeps you wealthy and healthy. But I hope he takes a little bit of that hate and anger you have for people that is unfortunate right now and give back, okay? Mm. Mm-mm-mm. This is crazy. I don't know why I'm expecting. I don't know why I ain't expected this from our kind in this time. You know what I'm saying? Nicole Neal has dropped some good resources. I seen where they giving out free stuff and things like that. If y'all can donate blankets, coats or anything, Dollar Tree got them blankets. They ain't so warm, but if y'all can go to the Dollar Tree, grab some blankets and pass them out along the way. If y'all can make some sandwiches, pass them out along the way. Anything to give back, anything. When people ain't got it, they don't care what it is. If it's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Yeah, Miss Jackson. Build a 200 million. He got 200 million, but he can't feed the American people. They come out of the working America's pockets. Come on. You hear me, Carmen? Right, Ida. They are. But this ain't what we need right now, spread butter. This ain't what we need right now. It's only coming for you because of the harshness of it. Nobody, I never once said I want to be on food stamps. If I could get them, yes. Ain't nobody gonna knock them. You hear me? If they gonna be real with you. Ain't nobody gonna knock some stamps in their house. Sorry. If you thought I was gonna get up here and lie to you. You want to be on stamps? Hell yeah, if they give them to me. Hell yeah, I take some. Lord God, you slave to the government. We all slaves. Even you. You didn't even know. You don't even know. You are too. You are too. You still over here in America, correct? Yeah, I know. I know. So you're still a slave to the government too. And she said, then if you're on food stamps, don't complain about the rules. Nobody's complaining. This ain't a rule. This is dictatorship. This is somebody being nasty. Learn the difference. A rule is if you make too much, you can't get them. That's a rule. Him taking food from millions of children's mouths isn't a rule. That's being evil. Is you cool? And it ain't about what you want. This is millions of people out here. It's what they need. Definitely a Trump supporter. It's way bigger than food stamps. She overlooked the whole thing of what's happening. I just played it. They're all crooked. Hating on you for what? Hating on you for what? Because you won't get food stamps? Listen how you sounded. Real ignorant. Real ignorant. Don't be hating on me because I don't get food stamps. Who hating? We just trying to spread love to those that is great suffer. Yeah, it is a us problem. Is you cool? It might not, you don't want to be involved with helping. So yeah, it ain't your problem. But I want to make it a us problem. If you see something like this happening to somebody in your community, why not help them out? If y'all in the grocery store and y'all see somebody put something back, grab it for them. Man, blessings will come back so full for you, I'm telling you. Might not come back in the same way of beans and rice and bread. But your blessings will be abundant. I know. The shit that's happening right now, it ain't just a people on food stamp problem. It's all of our problem. I'm sorry, spread butter, but it is. Come on, Jesse. Been there. Been there. Been there. Mama been there. Granny been there. Aunties, uncles, been there. Cousins. Nah, adjusted. Let people see the ignorance and what we up against. Yeah, Miss Jackson, they do. But this is why, Miss Jackson, we have to start educating. We have to start telling these mothers to educate. Our sisters, educate them. Nobody was ready for this. But do we stop talking and educating because this happened? Everybody ain't thinking about a rainy day fund. Come on, Sanji. Come on, Sanji. Me too, Davita. I miss chicken, and I'm about to go let my balloons off. But I'm glad my mama ain't here. She ain't gotta watch us suffer. She don't gotta suffer. Cause we sure, I know, working and all. Man, we be struggling, scrambling, and gambling. Y'all know how much, do you know how much cancer medicine is? Do you know how much tamoxifen is? Do you know how much blood pressure medicine is? People with sickle cell anemia, leukemia, methyl, whatever it's called. I can't pronounce it, y'all. Sorry. Come on, Lola. For that to be the focus. Ain't nobody tell them, hell, nobody ever said for anybody to do anything. Right, Chris Green? See what I'm saying? She said, I know my parents have worked 40 plus years. Each are now retired. One a Fed employee and the other an educator in Balto City schools. They're both now using Medicare and a supplement. They need Medicare. But they didn't ask for that. Right, Chris? Hey, Shakora. Lupus. How much is y'all medicine on lupus without anything? How much is the medicine? Yeah, they are, Jesse. Yeah, they are. Man, shout out to y'all. I'm about to go let some balloons off for my mother. I care. Sorry that I care. That's a problem too. Sorry that I care about the communities, the people, the kids, all around the world. Not just my kids. I care about all the kids. A justice said I couldn't afford mine. Shay C said, you are in the same community. I'm not where I want to be, but thank God I'm not where I used to be. Shay C, amen. Today, you hear me? Some people don't, Shay C. Sanji said, do you know how many children are going to die because there isn't enough money? Sanji, the mental illness is great kick in. Yeah, medications cost a lot. When you receive your medicine and go pick it up, see, thank God for the programs that are available. That's all I can say. I don't look at it like I'm a government puppet. I say thank God for these payments that are put in place to help me cover my medicines, because I know how much the shit is. She said only a third of us will. The other will suffer with the us of them. She said, Sanji said, I'm trying to figure out how many people I can help, and you sit here and judge. Shame on you. She said, calm me down. What's she gonna say? Eat better, girl. Shelly said, I care for my 17 grandkids and my mom and dad. What I'm saying? Sorry of us fathers. And it's hard for them to even make for themselves. She said the government is employed to take care of its citizens. Some more than others. Thank you, Erica. If y'all don't take nothing else from this, please. Thank you, Erica. Just a little prayer for those. If you can't give financially, pray for them. Ain't nothing wrong with praying for somebody, in a sense. It ain't. It could be for better days. It could be for God to take the suffering away. Because you don't got to be sick to suffer. We in a crazy ass, evil ass world. It is. It's going to be a horrible ending of 2025. Oh, you did, Miss DeVita? You did? It is, Keita. Thank you, Miss Sharon. For everybody thinking it's just medicine, no general HC services will also be affected. Dental, vision, hearing. They're cutting costs to OTC cards. It's going to be bad. She said people with insurance still don't cover a lot of illnesses. And I don't want to see kids dying. I don't want to see innocent people get unalive by just going in the store, just getting groceries. She said, I've been working around the clock trying to help, and I have to look at them with no answers. What has happened to our humanity? I lost family in the hurricane. This is hell on earth. It is. Been for quite a long time. Yes, Shelly, they are. I know, Murray. It hurts. She said Keita said her insurance no longer covers her insulin. She has to pay out of pocket. You know, Shay C, y'all seem like some good people, and I know it's many others just like y'all out there. The Sanjis, the Shay C's, the Leviques, the Samads, Regina Crocott, and Chris Green. And that's what we just pray. I pray for more people like y'all. She said prayers cost nothing. It is, Tammy C. Tammy C's from California. My daughters out there in California, they just express to us how bad things are out there. Venetia just expressed how bad things is where she live. Can we pray for them? It's free. I never wanted my baby girl to go out there to Cali. I didn't. But with all of them growing up and stuff and going their own ways, just like God, let me get to her. That's all I asked. Let me get to my baby, you know? I got grandkids out there. So I'm getting out of here. Um, Spread butter, I can't believe you. I cannot. But y'all know what? I ain't shocked. I gotta stop being shocked by the cold heartedness of the world. Cause I'm watching kids die by the hands of their parents, and they doing it with no remorse, no nothing. It's so easy. Mm, 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 mm. She said this affects my grandkids and many other. Yeah, Erica, you heard me. She said, I just learned my husband was a diabetic. Medicine is so expensive. We started seeing a holistic doctor monitoring his sugar herbs because Trump is going to take. Yeah, Kenyatta. Yep. Love you too, Keita. 30 is going to be one of the biggest outcries that America has seen. The president has brought war up on his own people. War ain't always tanks, missiles, and bombs. He brought war up on his own people because of a fucking political party. Won't accept what the fuck he wrote. Death on both ends of the paper. I'm getting out of here. And I will see y'all tomorrow night. When we celebrate my mama's celebration, I will go live then because I gotta travel in the morning. I gotta get up early and travel, you know. All thing I can do is pray. Don't forget, I'll meet up with y'all later on. If I be a little late, charge it to my head, not my heart, okay? Man, pray for people like her, okay?
Miss Parker, the YouTube star, lighting up the screen, you know who you are. Bringing news you can use and a laugh or two. She's got the facts, the fun, and the realest view. With a voice so smooth and a smile so bright, she's shining like a beacon in the darkest night. Deep dives on the stories that really matter. She's breaking it down, cutting through the chatter. Pop and stay a while, you'll feel right at home. She's got a little something for everyone. With a heart so big and an attitude strong. Miss Parker's where you know you belong. She's an advocate, a friend, a voice for the unheard. Asking all the questions, never missing a word. Or a second to none. She's blazing like the sun. Miss Parker, the only one. She's got the news to amuse and the truth to reveal. Digging for the answers, keeping it real. For those who need a champion, she's standing tall. Fighting for justice, she's giving her all. With every upload, she's making a change. Bringing people together, no matter the range. So hit that subscribe, don't miss a beat. Miss Parker's got the content that can't be beat. Questions we all have, she's not afraid to ask. Uncovering the story she's up to the task. With a laugh, a wink, and a spirit so true, Miss Parker's got the magic and she's sharing it with you. Pop in, say why, you'll feel right at home. She's got a little something for everyone. With a heart so big and an attitude strong. Miss Parker's where you know you belong. She's an advocate, a friend, a voice for the unheard, asking all the questions, never missing a word.